All right.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? Abram and Nikki here.
Hi, welcome to the Team Have It All Hangout. We're usually here every single Thursday, same time, same channel. And we did skip last, didn't we, Abram?
We
Because we
did
were
skip.
in Charlotte, North Carolina at this incredible Empower Network event. So, our amazing panel of leaders here, they all went to the event. They all had massive breakthroughs. Can you see us, or are we?
We're in ghost mode right now, I
Okay.
think. Right? You guys can't even see us now. We're just talking, and all you see is a blank photo that's just vibrating. Now that's funny. Well, how about you
I
just
can
keep talking, Nikki, and
I can see
hopefully
you on the
I
Hangout,
can
guys.
figure. Yeah, you can see us now.
On the Hangout, you're fine. I haven't checked on the other page, but you're fine on the Hangout.
All right, cool.
Okay, that sounds good.
Looks
Okay,
good
cool.
now.
Yeah, so everybody who's on this panel today, I can't wait to bring up because they've all had massive shifts, massive breakthroughs at the event, and they are ready to explode their business. And Abram and I knew before this event that our team was going to just explode after this event. We've had that feeling for a while. There's other teammates that have had that feeling for a while. We just didn't know the how. And now we actually know the how. So, we might actually share some of that with you, but more importantly, we're going to share some of the energy from the event, some of the breakthroughs, so that perhaps you can have another breakthrough yourself. I know whenever I hear somebody who had a massive shift, it's actually, I think we're all reflections of each other, so it actually helps me have another shift as well. Is there anything that you wanted to add, Abram?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that happens when you come back from a big event and you've had a big shift is it's like you come back to this other reality, the one that you left behind, and things can seem kind of weird, feel a little weird, and perhaps you're still like feeling your way out through things. And so part of this is about integration. The other thing is like if you didn't come to the event, we want to be able to share some of that energy with you, like Nikki said. And one of the interesting things that happens, I know that it's happened for me, is like you get like this seminar sunburn or seminar suntan,
Seminar.
right? Where you get back from the seminar and you're like feeling amazing, feeling hot. You got this nice, pretty tan. But what happens is the tan does fade after a while, right? And so we know that these events, stuff like this, where we get back together and we can share with each other what our breakthroughs were, and so on and so forth. It's been almost a week since we all left for Charlotte to meet and convene together and fight the forces of evil, so to speak. And this event is really about not recreating the energy, but continuing the train, right? And
Continuing
so
the momentum. Not, I'm going to be honest. Like there are times that I have gone to events in the earlier stages of the business where, I'd come home and I'd almost go into like a fugue. I'm like, that was great. What happened? Like, you just start to forget stuff as you come back to your, same house, same whatever, same reality. So just, we want to have this be for all of you as well. Even on the panel, it's like I think we're all going to be contributions to each other in what we're sharing, so that we can keep this momentum going. So it's not something that just fades away. And even during the event, I'm not sure what speaker it was, but there was talk about like the difference between like motivation and inspiration. And like the events certainly get you pumped up, but there comes a point where I think a lot of you have experienced like there's a certain level of breakthrough where it's no longer the sort of necessity to be like kind of prodded into being motivated, but you're actually kind of motivated from within and inspired from within, and your why starts to become bigger and bigger and bigger, and you have a different energy that drives your actions. So I know that I've seen actually I don't even know that we've talked individually about it, but in quite a few of you, I see this energy that's shifted, and I know by sharing that with the rest of the team, and whoever's watching, I mean, maybe you're watching and you're actually not part of Team Have It All, and you're welcome to join at any point. We're definitely keeping this hangout team focused, so you're kind of getting a behind the curtains look at how our team is and the amazing energy and just the amazing people they are. So I want to bring out.
well, and do we set
yeah.
the intention for this, really?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
If I had an intention to put out there for this hangout, it would really be to create a transference of energy between
Yes.
those of us who are on the panel and those who are watching, and also in between all and all around, right? Especially if you didn't get the chance to make it to Charlotte. it is time for your breakthrough too. And so hopefully in being a part of this energy that we're going to be creating here today and that you're going to be a part of creating, some of that will rub off on you. We can transfer some of that Seminara sunburn onto you so you can be looking fresh and suntan. Nobody wants a burn. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. And hopefully you get a breakthrough as well. I know one of the things is like when I went and I looked at my notes after this weekend, just looking back on what had occurred, I had new breakthroughs. Remembering some of the conversations and remembering some of the shifts that I had when I was sitting in my seat looking on stage or even talking to somebody in the hallway, those things will come full circle for you as well. So I'm here to learn and receive breakthroughs from each of you that are here on the panel, and hopefully everybody that's watching can receive from you as well.
And also, just to be clear, somebody just messaged me from the team. They're like, is this a team-only hangout? No, it is not. If we're going to do anything team-only stuff, and there are certain things that we may not talk on a public hangout like this, we will actually do like a special team call separately. So just know that, yes, we're focusing on the team today, but it is open to the public. So, if you feel like you've got a friend that would love to, maybe being part of that team energy is really important to them. So you can shoot them the link real quick or post it on your Facebook. Usually we give kind of the topic a little bit further ahead of time, at least like maybe the day before or like early in the morning. Sorry guys, we're actually with so much going on after the event, and we're focused so much on like these live events. We haven't had as much time to focus on what the Thursday's hangout is going to be.
And sometimes inspiration strikes just an hour before you get started.
And that does happen a lot, and that's not a bad thing. Yeah.
So who do you want to pull out first? I want to hear from some of our panel and get what your breakthrough is, because I talked to some of you at the event and got a sense for what your breakthrough was like. There's a lot of you that, some of you I didn't even get the chance to see, which I'm sad about, but hopefully I get to see you in Nationals in October. But, who would you like to bring up first?
I am feeling like Sandy is popping. I just kind of intuitively, I would love to hear from her right now.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh, the whoa, what is the baguette? It looks like something happened to it, Sandy. Like
it had an accident with a marker pen, and Chico just tried to eat it.
Can you tell us about, just really quick, like what made, this is something I never asked you, like, because you bought this baguette all the way from France to the event. I just thought it was hilarious, but I never asked, like, is there like a little bit of a story behind it? Like, what was the motivation? I would love to know how it affected your interactions with people. And of course, yeah, your breakthrough or the baguette's breakthrough, or both.
Well, it's actually turned out to be, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to speak a bit quietly because it's quite late where I am and someone's asleep. So if I'm speaking too quietly, just tell me. But basically, it just started out as a fun thing, really, because a friend of mine had posted on Facebook some pictures of her and her boyfriend on holiday in Wales in the UK, and they took a butternut squash everywhere they went with them and took pictures of it sitting on walls, on park benches, with very funny, dry captions like, "Squash admires the view," or "Squash checks out the ducks." And it made me laugh so much that when I was packing to come here, like it was this random inspiration popped in my head. I know, I could take a baguette with me. And that was literally it. I just thought, just for fun, to make people laugh, make myself laugh. And it actually became a great marketing tool, actually, because everyone I took a picture with, I made them take the baguette, and people started to come up to me and say, "You're the girl with the baguette." And it actually, like, and then instead of taking the kind of normal pictures that I would take, of me in a city or me sightseeing, I took pictures of the baguette, and the pictures I was posting have been getting so much engagement. Like people who aren't on our team, who friended me during the event, have been saying to me, "Oh my God, your wall is crazy. How do you get so many people interacting with you?" And I literally said to them, "Well, my team is specialized in social media and how to like build influence with social media, and just follow what we do." And I told them to follow you guys as well, because I've personally learned so much from working with Abram and Nikki. And so, it just started out as a piece of fun, but I think, your marketing doesn't have to be all about, changing the world or making money or like all the things that we often talk about. It can just be making someone smile, making them like giggle. And so that was the baguette's breakthrough. And very quickly, the thing I can share about my breakthrough, I actually had so many. I was thinking, what's the biggest one I could share with people that would be something they can actually take away and do themselves? And for me, the biggest thing was this was the first event where I didn't feel different from leaders, from six-figure or seven-figure leaders at the event. And there was two things that really helped me with that. And the first one was that just the sheer fact that I've gone to so many events now, like this was my fourth one. And, I think that we all, even if you've done crazy stuff in other walks of life, sometimes you go to an event and you make yourself nothing. Like I've done stuff at quite a young age that a lot of people look up to, who know me from a long time ago. Like I've sat across the table from the British Prime Minister and argued with him. I've negotiated with like big journalists in the UK and had like a BBC film crew follow me around for a week because I was so well known as a feminist campaigner. But my first Empower Network event, I literally felt like Sandy the newbie, Sandy the nobody, and I think a lot of us might feel like that sometimes. And something that Dave Wood said on the training that he did on the VIP day, just one little point in this massive, amazing, phenomenal training about how, it was actually the Dalai Lama who said it, that influenced him, how none of us are better than each other. We've all got different areas of expertise, but we're not, regardless of your race, your gender, your nationality, whether you like baguettes or not, we're all unique, but no one is better than each other. And the way he described that, and just the feeling I've had of reaching my own targets, I came to this event having had my biggest month ever with Empower Network, making around $5,000 in sales, and most of that was in a week, $3,419. Income disclosure, results are not typical. But I came to this event having had that breakthrough. And in fact, Nikki, you reminded me, because of the last time I saw you in person, I said to you, my target coming out of this event, I'm not going to set myself a crazy big target. I'm just going to aim for at least $2,000 a month in income. And you said to me, Sandy, do you realize you hit that? And I hadn't really joined up the dots. And I was like, oh my God, I went twice over. So, like, just sort of seeing the own breakthroughs starting to happen in my business, and really the atmosphere at the events is so opening, so welcoming. I mean, people don't judge, like some people do, but it's on the whole, I would say it's pretty non-judgmental for such a big group of people, which is really phenomenal. And I just really came away from this event, I just know I'm going to have a massive, even like this is just literally the start. I just could feel a much bigger breakthrough on the cards. And I started from zero, like literally zero in my bank account, minus zero, zero audience. My audience was mainly French, and zero internet marketing experience because all the stuff I had done was mainly offline. So I came to this event with so much more confidence in what I'm able to do and what all of us are able to do.
Awesome, Sandy. Well, those are all huge breakthroughs, and I will say that has been one of my breakthroughs along the way. The part you mentioned about not making yourself smaller, and that's one of the things that I don't think you can get unless you come to a live event. Like, it doesn't translate as easily through. That's one of the things that doesn't translate as easily through the internet or watching somebody on video. But when you see them in person and you see them on stage and you get to shake their hand, like it just hits you. And for some people it takes a few events. For some people it's their first event. And actually I think it's not a black and white thing. It goes deeper and deeper and deeper as you keep going. Like Vic, this guy Vic, that was he was like the #1 income earner at one point, and he just blew everybody out of the water. Like, most people just kind of made him into a Superman. And then when he released one of the products inside of Empower, and I saw him on stage after like being at 3 or 4 events, I was like, wow, I can actually create what he's creating, like at the level that he's creating. But it took me a while to get to that point. And when you do get that realization, I'm telling you, that's when you start seeing the money roll in right after that. Like, like it really, because you stop creating a separation between you and that person and what that person can receive monetarily. So now, like when you said, well, now I know this is just the beginning, like you really get a sense of that energy, and I just know you're gonna you're gonna see like money just flooding into your life. So congratulations on that. And for those who are wondering, maybe you're watching this and you're like, well, what are these events that they're talking about? I won't get into too much detail, but I'll just say that we spent the last 3 days between last Friday and Sunday, learning from some of the best marketers in the industry, some of the best marketers in the world, I believe, who have a huge vision to really help people achieve financial freedom. And in our team, we have a vision to help at least 10 people have total financial freedom in the next 90 days. I believe that with how many of you are now a part of this and moving forward, we're going to have more than that. But I don't want to keep changing what we're saying every week. Like I actually believe it's going to be more, but I don't want to keep changing it. So I just say at least 10 people, because I know it's going to be at least 10 people. Okay, Sandy, well, thank you. I want to bring out, let's see. That's who I was going to say too, Avram. Let's bring out Michelle Shine. I'm super excited for Michelle because she's been, I think, is this her second event? I believe it's her.
I don't know. We can ask her.
We can ask her. Are you there, Michelle?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How many? Okay, so you went to Charlotte. How many events does that make it?
This is my third event.
Third event. And I see a massive shift from event 1, 2, and 3. This one in particular being like massive. So can you just share a little bit about your breakthrough this weekend,
or what that moment
and
was
what that
for
moment
you?
was for you?
It's an interesting story because my why got really, really big last week. Just personally, when I wrote down my why in a big way, and then I come to the event, and I thought the event was Friday through Sunday, and I was scheduled to work on Saturday, and so I was come back Sunday morning. But it appeared that I didn't get my shift covered, and so I was driving. I was actually driving, and my heart, I just wanted to be at the event, and I was in my car, and I had some moments in my car where I just shouted out to the universe, "This is what I want, and this is why I want it. I want to be at this event, and I want my shift covered in a nice way, so I'm not losing my job." And the fact that I said it so with so much emotion, I really felt it. I felt it so much in my body, and I was crying. I mean, it was a big deal. Me and my car have a lot of good sharings, and I called my boss, and I asked her if there's any way this can work out, that I'm not trying to lose my job or ditch my position or whatever, and she said, "All right, I'll check on it. I'll call you back." She called me back in 10 minutes and said I got it covered. Turn around.
Michelle, can you just share with us what?
And I was on the way. I mean, I was already an hour back towards Asheville when she. What?
Michelle, would you mind telling us what is your actual job, job, right now, or yeah, what is the job that you're doing?
Oh, it's just catering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I was going back for an event for that, and she got it covered after my emotional release with the universe, and I told the universe what I wanted and why I wanted it. And she said, "Turn around," and I got, I turned around, I got very excited, and then the whole day, it was very interesting the way the day went. I started to feel deflated, and then I was like, no, no, no. And then I saw Kenai from Hawaii, and I used to live in Hawaii. And immediately when I saw his kukui nut lei, I just resonated with him. And his words just completely inspired me because it was, "F the facts, I have a dream." And it just spoke to me, and inside my mind I had all this talk going on about, oh, what are people going to think when I promote all this stuff? And I always worry about those things. And then I just said, F it. Who gives a crap what they think? Let me just do my stuff. I want this. This is my dream. This is what I want. I'm going for it. And I had a major shift. And I've been feeling so much weird energy now. I don't know if it's like power and fierceness or what it is, but or caffeine or just adrenaline. I don't know, but I feel like definitely a huge shift happened for me, and I'm so grateful.
Michelle, I love it. And can you tell us also, like, would you mind sharing? I'm definitely, curious, like, in, a few words, like one sentence, what is your why right now?
Because I'm ready to be financially free, number one, and number two, I want my kids to go to the camps that they want to go to. I want them in the lessons they want, and I can't do any of that. I can't hire people to help me with my marketing. It's just, I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. I'm done with the used furniture. I'm done with saying no, that I can't go do things that I want to do. And another big one is I want to buy my grandmother a new car.
Yeah, that feels powerful. And you know what? When I hear you say, well, I don't know what it is, if it's the caffeine or what, I want to challenge you and say, I think you do know what it is, because I see a look in your eye that I saw maybe a glimpse of, or like a seed that was planted in other events, but I see a look in your eye that I've never seen before. And it's like this woman on fire. And I want to tell everybody that, Michelle, this is freaking amazing. Like, we're on the plane, and I'm like about to, the stewardess is walking around. Oh, I guess the dog has to go outside. Oh, he's peeing right now.
Yeah,
he's peeing.
All right. Well,
okay.
There he goes.
Well, I'm going to keep going. So, can I keep going, please?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
it's just,
So we're, the stewardess is walking around, and they're giving me that look of, you got to turn off your phone. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Let me just check our group real quick. And I see this notification, and Michelle's like, oh my God, I went to like my dance church, and I made a declaration. I wanted to have 10 people, be interested in my business, and I got 10 people approach me, and they're all interested in the business in like one swoop. Like, she just made an announcement, and then all these people were coming to her, and I was like, whoa, like, we haven't even left Charlotte yet, and here she is making it happen. So I'm very proud of you for that, and it's just such a, for me, it just demonstrates the energy and that look in your eye that I saw you have, at the event. And if you keep going, oh my God, I think you're going to reach your goals maybe faster than you even imagine. So thank you for sharing that. And I want to see who's next.
Well, I know exactly who's next. And one of the things that I appreciate that you shared, Michelle, and I think it's like one of those common things that you see between people who are just about to break through in a huge way, and I think you're in the middle of a breakthrough right now. It's amazing to watch. Is that you communicated that you had this moment where it was like you made a demand, like, enough is enough. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. I'm having it, period. And now things are showing themselves to be that way. I know that some of the things that might have been stopping you before from even maybe sharing this opportunity with other people have been sort of obliterated just in your choice and your decision to say, you know what, F the facts, right? I'm going to go do this thing. And, if I had a hat, I'd say hats off to you. And I just think that's something that a lot of people can learn from, and that they could duplicate that energy in their life and create breakthroughs for themselves as well. So I appreciate you for sharing that. And the next person that I want to bring out is somebody that I've also seen making a demand and actually catalyzing quite a lot for the other people that are in her life. And so I want to bring out Abigail Elliott. So Abby, are you there?
I see her picture.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hey. We can't see you, but hopefully that changes when you speak. I appreciate Abby because she's going into 9th grade, I think it is. There you go. We can see you now.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Abby, you're going into 9th grade, right?
Yep.
Yep. Well, here's
Ninth
what's
grade.
cool about Abby, and then I want you to share with people what your breakthrough was this weekend. Abby's inspiring the shit out of her parents to rock this business, because I think it was just a few weeks ago, she was inspired to really step up in a big way and say, you know what, I'm just going to do this thing, and she's been having fun with it. She took a ton of videos and photos and stuff at the event, and I'm just excited to have you out here, Abby, because there's a lot of people, I think, that can be inspired by you and what you're choosing. So I would just love if you could share with us what some of your breakthroughs or the biggest breakthrough that you had this weekend, and what that was, like when it was, whatever it is. So let's share it. Let's share right now.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so probably my biggest breakthrough that happened is when we were watching the video that when you got the tickets, you all got, I forget who said it, but he said that Empower Network is not a company, but it is a movement. And I think after that, my mind was just kind of like, oh my God, that's totally right. And that's when I started doing the videos and taking pictures and just putting myself out there and talking to people. So yeah, that was kind of like my major breakthrough moment.
I love
Awesome.
it. Well, yeah, it's like you actually had a huge breakthrough before the event even happened, and it was like
Yeah.
when I saw your first video that you tagged me and you're like, here's my declaration. It was like so fierce, and I mean I had like I felt like I was like paralyzed for a moment out of like tingles. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh my God, Abigail's like so powerful. So I just love it, and I love hearing about young people being into this, like people that are still, you know, in high school or whatever, like that recognize that it is a movement. It is a movement of freedom. And Abby, is there anything else that you'd want to share as far as, you know what, I want to know, because that's one of the things that we said we would do. Again, you never know who's watching, and we'll kind of go through this with everybody, but we'll just start with you, Abby. Like, when is your next event, and where is it happening?
All right, my next event is actually at my house on Thursday, July 10th from 7 to 9 p.m. in London, Ontario, Canada.
In London,
my
Ontario, Canada. And your parents are going to be there, so if you want to meet
Oh, yeah.
the Elliott family, I think they're one of the most interesting families I've ever met.
Oh, what's up, Ed?
Woo!
Really too.
What's up, Ed?
And they know how to have fun, and their house is pretty pimp. Like, it's pretty sexy, so you can't go wrong going to the Elliott's house.
Yeah. Maybe we'll set up the bar outside by the pool, get some drinks going, get the movie player out.
I love it.
I love it. Awesome. So,
Cool.
what's next, Amy?
Cool. Thanks for sharing, you guys. And, we're going to be cheering for you because I think there's a lot of us that are doing an event on the same exact night. Like, we're doing a big one here in Colorado, also on Thursday night, the 10th, from 7 to 9 p.m. So I know we're in a little bit of different time zones, but I just know that you'll be getting started before us, and we'll be cheering you on. And I'm just excited to watch you guys just blow it up there because I know you can, and I know the three of you, they're going to be lucky to have you there in London, to help lead them to their own financial freedom. So I'm excited for you guys.
Mhm.
Who's popping
Awesome.
next?
I would say Lori.
Cool. Hey, Lori, you want to jump out and share with us? I feel bad because I didn't get the chance to meet you, Lori, in Charlotte. Things were just so crazy the whole time. I mean, I don't know if I've been to an event that just took up so much time every single day. They don't usually go that long, but there was a lot of cool stuff to cover, a lot of amazing speakers that had breakthroughs and stuff to share. So I'm making it an intention right now to find you, seek you out in Orlando in October, I think it is. But I also know that we're going to do some cool team stuff there, like going and hitting the theme parks and stuff after or before, so that we'll get a lot of time to spend and hang out with each other, even just outside the event. So, Lori, if you could share with us in a few minutes, like what was that moment for you that created a breakthrough that in sharing it might also create a breakthrough for somebody else who's watching right now.
Well, I'm sorry I missed you too, Abram. But I had like a lot of big breakthroughs, and I really I'm kicking myself for not going to another event before. But I met so many people that have been in Empower for a long time, and they gave me so many tools. And the speakers, I couldn't even go to the bathroom. I was just like floored. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I was just like, I was amazed. And I would say that I've been doing it all wrong, but that's just my nature, When I used to race horses, I raced all wrong until the end, and they threw the book at me and said, you better read it. So, but that's okay, because if I don't do it right, when you do it wrong, you're going to get it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the people that I met, I was just blown away. I met Lawrence right away and gave me a big hug. I took pictures. I remember to take pictures, and I love the personality thing. That really helped. I'm a yellow, and I but it was so fast, it was hard for me to write real fast. So that was a pretty good breakthrough. But basically, I have to stop selling, and I have to be myself, and that was really, really eye-opening. And it was really eye-opening that everybody was really, really, really kind. So it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I learned tons, and I came back, and my husband is anti this, but I keep telling him, I'm retiring you. Bye, Orlando. I'm retiring you. And so unfortunately, I had to work really hard for the last 3 days in my other job, and haven't had much time. My husband's home, so the dog's going to bark. But anyways, I did get my meeting done this morning. I'm getting results. I'm getting my DVDs out. I'm speaking differently to people. And the call yesterday, I've got to learn to shut my mouth and listen to them. And but I'm sending them videos here and there, and I think I'm going to have a breakthrough soon, and I can't wait to do my happy dance. I just can't wait to do my happy dance. And I know I'm going to do it next week because I've had 3 people contact me today on meetups next week I'm going to meet with the DVD. Cool. So I'm really excited.
Do you know where your event is happening? And is it?
My event's going to be at my house. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at my house. I have a big house, and yeah. I also with my other events that I do with the horses, I go to trade shows. I work with a rescue, and I ended up giving her my TV because it was just a pain getting it back. So I went out and just bought a TV with a DVD, and I was like, I'm not going to do that many events for the horses anymore. I was thinking the other night, I'm like, I wonder what I'm going to do with that TV. And I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Now I can just stick the video in and go wherever I go and just.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And I would challenge you now, Lori, to start doing your happy dance because I don't know if you realize this, but you've done a.
Let me shut the door.
Hold on a second. Woo! Hold on a second. You're already doing a lot more than a lot of people right now, and so.
Oh yeah. I gotta tell you. I practiced my leadership skills. I don't know if you saw it on my post or not, but there was 3 people. Everybody I met were not doing anything. They were like me, so I didn't feel bad at all. I'm like, oh, you haven't got anybody in a year? Do you blog every day? No. And I'm like looking at him like, why? And so, so the next morning, it was I forgot his name. But he was the one that gave us the assignment to take a piece and do a video on it. I forgot his name because it's Mike Hobbs, yeah. And so I came down, and they were all sitting around. They were from Ohio. They were from my hometown that I was born in. And they said, no, we didn't do the video. And I'm like, well, why not? And they go, well, because we don't know. And I'm like, well, you want to do it now? And so I made them all 3 do the videos. And then I saw the girl that night. She gave me a hug, and she was crying, and she goes, thank you for doing that. She had like 22 comments on her video.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So I just put practicing my leadership skills.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Let Abram speak now.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great. I love it. I love the enthusiasm.
We're all excited. We just have to make sure everybody gets some time too. So.
I know. I'll shut up now. My husband's home, so.
All right. Well, I have one question left for you that you can answer with one word. Are you glad that you finally listened to me and went to an event?
Yes, Abram.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's why I kicked everybody's butt about it, because you need to go.
I tell you, it was just like awesome, even though I had to deal with what I had to deal with. But it's okay, because I just keep on saying when he's so, and it's just because they're scared, they're just scared. And it's just like I keep saying, I just smile, and it's like, I'm not worried about it. You're gonna retire in 2 months.
Cool. Hey, Lori, we're gonna jump over to the next person. I appreciate you being with us, and look forward to seeing you in Orlando.
Okay. Thank you. Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who's next, Nikki?
Rob,
my brother. Come on out, buddy.
Can you hear us? But
I think you're still muted.
You're muted, brother.
Hello. What's going on, my brothers and sisters?
Hey, Rob. Hey, Go ahead and share with us what that one moment was, what that breakthrough was for you in Charlotte, and of course, when you're going to do your first event in the next week to fight the forces of evil. I want to know both of those things. Cool. Let's hear it.
Yo, there's so many things that I experienced there. I couldn't tell you exactly one thing or the other. Just like forming my own tribe, I got really serious on what I want to accomplish. I want to move to the Orlando area in 2-3 months by September and do nothing but like have my target market Disney World. and creating content around that, I found a group of people, daily Google Hangouts, and get serious about what I'm forming, the community that I want to attract to me in my business. And like someone else was saying, not selling and just like being myself and enjoying. I picked up a tip from Lawrence that I started implementing right away. I as soon as he said that on stage, I downloaded the Audible app, and so I finished. And it's so much better when you're listening to these books because you're ingesting it a lot faster on 3 times the speed. So I listened to Way of the Peaceful Warrior and Go Pro by Eric Worre, which is awesome. So now I'm like filling my brain with all this awesome information. And what else? Like on the plane ride back, I met 2 really cool people. One dude who owns his own hair care business. Like he's like apparently like a big deal. So I'm following up with people. I'm following the system, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like a lot of cool things are going on. So I'm just excited to remain, just be consistent with everything and apply everything right away. I think that's kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I'm probably leaving a lot out.
Well, no, that's brilliant, Robin. I think that that's an important thing for everybody, and I think for you, and what we've seen with your journey is that willingness to step into being consistent and taking, like what you said really hit me about taking action and implementing right away. Because if you wait even a week from the event, and I'm going to be honest, like I was before, I've been there where, you know, sometimes I've been to events where I physically get, you know, I barely get any sleep, and I'm really tired, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna chill out for like 3 or 4 days, and then you come back and you're like, wait, what do I need to do? And then you actually lose your momentum. So, I mean, I can just, everybody here, I'm just really excited for the team now, because we're all really in this place where we're like ready. I feel like everybody just came out of the event like it reminds me of a horse race when they open the gates and everyone's just like running out right away. Nobody's there going like this, wait, what do I do? And even if we don't have everything figured out, there's so many more people now willing to be ignorant. They call it ignorance on fire. You know, it's like, even if you, like we're doing these live events, they haven't given us like an exact script for it, or like, this is exactly what, you know, what you need to, you know, say to get people to events, or what the event is going to be called. But you're all out there taking action and implementing it immediately. So I'm really happy about that. And I know that's what's going to take us to the next level. Rob, again, when is your, what day and what time is your event and location?
Well, the thing is, I was going to plan it for Saturday, but I don't know if that's enough time to promote. So I'm just going to say on the same day that you guys are doing it, on Thursday, at the same date, the same time, so we can all share our own energies. But the cool thing about this is that I met 2 people that are seriously committed to building these events who I didn't know before the event. His name is Adrian, another dude named Brian Spector, that live in the Houston area, very close to where I am, and we're going to like join forces and put on these events. And what's also exciting is that I used to be in an MLM, and I saw like the opportunity was limited to start your own events, and now we're on an equal playing field. So we can literally just snap our fingers and just like, even if it doesn't go perfectly, we can set up an event where no one else has claimed that territory. It's a wide open playing field.
It is.
Yeah.
And it won't be that what you spoke to without saying it is, it's not going to be there that way a year from now. So we are very lucky right now.
Yep.
All of you, it's like the world is ripe for this movement and the energy. And yet it is like Dave would talk about, there's certain opportunities that come along, and it's a window, and it's a train, and that same train is never going to come along again in that same exact way. So
another thing I wanted to point out is that, you know, Rob met some people he didn't meet before going to the event, and it's like you can still meet these people on Facebook, but it's not the same as actually meeting them in person and, you know, touching each other's butts and stuff. You know, there's something different when you can touch those butts. But the one piece I wanted to highlight is that you can actually collaborate with people that are in your area, even if they're not on our team, even if they're not in your team, you know what I mean? And it's like you guys can create some really cool stuff when you're unified. I know it can be a scary process sometimes when you go out and do something on your own for the first time, but that does not have to be the case, right? You can actually team up with other people, and you can figure it out together. The cool thing is, my friends, is that people coming in and coming to spend time with you, they don't know that this may or may not be your first in-person presentation. You know what I mean? They have no idea. That's what gives you actually kind of an advantage to go out there and create something new, create something special.
Yeah, so I just want to recap too. So we've got Abigail, the Elliott family. They're doing an event on Thursday in London, Ontario. So if you are in that area, get in touch with them. We've got Lori Breckley. I'm not sure where her event is, the location.
At her house.
At her house in what city and state? I don't know. So get into. I actually don't know.
Boonesboro, Maryland. It's Boonesboro, Maryland.
Cool.
Maryland. Okay.
I put the link for the meetup on the Hangout team chat thing. Whatever.
It's
there.
more like if you're in. What we would prefer to do is if you're in when we say the city and state. If you're there, you can get in touch. They'll get in touch with you. We don't want to confuse people by posting a bunch of links. So they'll get in touch with you. Michelle, I know you're in, Michelle Shine is in Asheville, right? Asheville, North Carolina. So get in touch with her about coming to an event.
Rob's in Houston, obviously. We just talked about that.
We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Sandy is in France right now. She's moving to Portugal, but she's gonna do an event in France. So Sandy, really quick, when is that gonna be?
Well, it was going to be Saturday the 12th, but then I decided that was being wussy, and I'm making it Thursday, the same as all of you, actually.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. I think, like what Rob said, that could be a great way for us to kind of, like, you know, be like wizards and contributing to each other, you know, kind of doing it at similar times.
Yeah.
And
We could do a live stream of all of us, too.
that'd be hilarious. Well, I think we'll move on to the next person.
We got 3 more folks left.
3 more folks left. And I encourage all of you, you know, even us as speakers, to just be present with each other's breakthroughs, because I think it just enhances what we've experienced for each one of us. So, Brittany, I would love to bring you out, and, you know, same thing, let us know what your kind of biggest breakthrough moment was. And I actually know where you're going to be doing the event, but hey, you can say it on your own too.
Well, I mean, like everyone else, I'm like, oh man, I have to pick one breakthrough.
I know.
It's such a cool theme. It's like that's what these events do, and I'm so grateful for them. This is my 3rd one in 4 months. Like I went to Seattle, I went to New Orleans, and Charlotte. Like I will never ever miss an event. I'm proud to be able to say that, like, I've been to all the events since I've been with Empower. So, wow, yeah, I gotta pick one. Okay, here we go. My biggest breakthrough is that I already know. Like, I already know more than I give myself credit for. I think it was Nicole Cooper. She was a big one for me. Just that woman just blew me away. Just the way that she presented this business. Because yes, like Abigail said, it is a movement, and it is a business, and it is friendship, and it is community, and it's everything. But Nicole said something. It's like we need to just be more of who we are. If you're a square, be like the best square that you can be. You know, if you're a circle, be the best circle you can be. Don't go try to be a triangle or try to be a square. Just be the best version of you. What was also really cool was that I kept hearing people talk about certain things. You know, really just provide value. That's what we are here to do, is provide value, be a consultant or a coach to people. And it's not selling. It's not pushing. If you're just reaching your hand out and saying, you know, here's what I know, take my hand, people are drawn to that. And it's these things that I've already known, but I just wasn't trusting them, because this is my first, you know, business opportunity, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I literally knew nothing when I came in, like capture page, traffic, email list. I don't know what you're talking about. But I now realize that I know more than I thought I did. And all I have to do is provide value and really just trust my gut, trust my instincts as to how I need to market myself and market this business. And the biggest thing that's actually helped me do that is, I know you guys hear this all the time, but it's get on people's lists. Like, it's so simple. And get on as many people's lists as you can and find like those 3 people that you really, really resonate with. And you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. That's what I thought I was supposed to do. It just helps reinforce like what you already know. Like it's all there. It's already in you, and that's what I knew, but it really came to light. And so I was looking at my business like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta control this. I gotta learn this. Okay, now I gotta do this, and I'm starting to just like open up just a little bit. You know, release that grasp, and just know what I know and do what I know that I need to do. And I am so excited. I'm so excited for the next 3 months. My event, I'm going to be joining you all here in Colorado. Super excited for that. It's going to be Thursday the 10th. Thursday is going to be a powerful day. I am so excited for that day. Thursday is going to be incredible. So another amazing, amazing event. And I'm just so grateful for the people and every golden nugget, every breakthrough that I have along the way.
I love it, Brittany. Well, you just spoke to something really powerful that I think could actually help a lot of people out there. I've heard you talk about, you know, where you've had, where you were breaking through during the event, but now I see the transformation happening on a totally different level. And what it sounds like you were doing was you came in with what you knew. So you said, I already know what I know, but I wasn't trusting it. So you used the sort of, you know, where you weren't knowledgeable as a way to invalidate what you already know.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's actually, because everybody comes to this business with a strength, and you just got to use that. You know, if you use that and you wing it and you're just on fire and taking action, something amazing is going to happen. But if you use like the fact that there's something new in a learning curve as a way to invalidate the strength, that will paralyze you, and you'll use that as sort of the justification of like why maybe you're not taking action. Like you're going to be like stuck in this emotional, mental like analysis, you know. So
yeah,
that I feel like I just learned about something about like the way people come in and where that they might be stuck in a totally different way by you saying that. So I want to thank you for that. And for anybody else out there, it's like just receive what Brittany just said, because if you can just honor what you already do know and be willing to take that leap of faith and trust in yourself, then you know the system is like they're just details that you learn along the way. They're not bigger. It's not bigger than you. So thank you for that. And yes, I can feel it. Like next Thursday is going to be so powerful. And we're going to have at least 100 people there. Like that's our goal. That's our vision. We have the resources. We have actually, there's no coincidence, I believe, that we have quite a few people in Colorado that are on our team. We didn't try to make it that way. We marketed our business online for the past, year and a half. But for some reason, there's been all these people in Colorado, and now we can come together and create something incredible. So with that being said, I would like to bring up the next incredible being. There's 2 more people left, right?
Both from across the ocean. Across the pond.
Let's go with Tracy. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. All right. Well, this was my first event ever for anything, and I mean not for anything. I've done things. I've like gone to the movies and stuff, but this was like my first real business event, and so I made a bunch of notes so I can get this over with quickly for you guys, because we've been going a while and nobody wants to hear me talk that long. One of my goals when I got to the event, or before the event, was to meet Tony Rush. Right? He's on the leaderboard. He's the top money earner, and he also has this way of communicating that really resonates with me. There's the Inner Circle recording. Stop knee-jerking your way through life.
Yeah.
Like start responding, stop reacting. And so I didn't know how I was going to meet any of these leaders, but as a member of CAST, as a volunteer for the event, I was constantly running around and just trying to do 10 things at once. And I was walking down the hall to go to my room and actually get a notebook so I could sit down and take notes. And there was Tony Rush standing in the middle of the lobby, and he just looked like, huh? He just looked completely lost. So I went up to him and, oh God, I hate that I can't remember his name. Lavinia, John Lavinia, and they were just standing there. I said, hey, is there anything I can do for you guys? And he's like, well, we're looking for a concierge. I said, for what? He goes, I want to go to lunch, but it's way down the street, and we don't have a way to get there. I said, stay right here. I'll go get you my car keys. So I gave him my car, which, that's the route to a person's heart is their stomach. And if it takes a set of car keys to get to their stomach, that's what I was willing to do. So I gave him my car keys and told him, don't screw it up. I know you're rich and you can afford to fix it if you do mess it up. And they had a good laugh, and they took. And I even told them what restaurant to go to and what waitress to ask for, and they did. They went there, and they didn't find that particular waitress. She was off that day, but they came back, and they were both hunting for me to give me the keys back and thank me. And I was stunned by how grateful they were. I mean, I shouldn't have been, but I was. I thought they were just going to give me the keys and go, here, thanks, kid. No, I'm not really a kid, but I felt like that, like that kid. But and as the weekend went on, I kept bumping into more leaders, and I positioned myself up at the front, right where the leaders stood before they went up on stage, to kind of like suck a little of that energy and that good vibe off of them while I could, and chit chat a little bit while we had time. And they were all super friendly, and I suppose they all put their pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of us. Actually, Tony Rush told me that he is lowered by a hoist into his pants, but that's a totally different story. It's true. I have video to prove that he said that. Along the way, I met all these different people, and not just the leaders, the leadership people. I met everybody. And one of the funniest things was one day I was standing there talking to this guy and his wife, this kid named Justin, and his wife Alyssa. And we're there for about 20 minutes or so talking, and he says, are you somebody I should have my picture taken with? And I was like, yeah, duh. So I got my picture taken with this guy. I mean, he didn't know any better, but I told him that was the right thing to do. And he won't regret it either a little later down the line. A girl I met named Vanessa posted a picture of me and her online, and it said, I met Tracy on the first day, and then I meet him at every session and at every break. Tracy is everywhere. And sorry, I'm taking a peek. And this kind of leads me back to one of my breakthroughs, and it was something Justin said, and it was, if you have a servant mentality, you will attract people to you. And on top of that, he also said, because you are the real business. And so for that entire weekend, I was kind of serving everybody, and secretly serving myself I got a lot out of it, so you can't really serve others without serving yourself. And then after we had that super secret meeting where we put our plans together for what's coming up, the Lawrence Tam meeting, I put it out there that I wanted to do an event in Nice, and I wanted Chris and Susan Beasley to join me on video if they would be willing, because a lot of the people in Nice are British expats and American expats. And so I thought, well, why not get this lovely couple from the UK on there who've had some success and have a great, they really present themselves well. And so I approached Susan, and I started to tell her. I barely even got through it. I said, I want to do an event in Nice, and I would love for you guys, and before I even finished, she goes, we'll be there. And I was like, are you serious? I said, like on a video thing, on a video feed? She goes, no, we'll be there. So
wow.
Yeah, we're not on the same team. I mean, we're on the Empower team. We're on that team, and if aliens invaded, of course, we'd still be on that team as well, the same team. But we're not financially connected to each other. And maybe they have an ace up their sleeve and know like 50 people in Nice or something, but that's fine with me.
Absolutely. It's a win-win for everybody.
It totally is.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, I was telling the same story to Adam Knackers. He and his girlfriend Kristen Mack live in the Netherlands now. They left Costa Rica, now they're in the Netherlands. They're going to move around Europe for a while. And I told him the story, and he goes, "Well, why don't we do something together?" And I was like, "Okay, you know, what's halfway between the Netherlands and me?" And we came up with Paris, but you know, maybe not Paris. My girlfriend doesn't seem to think Paris is the best idea, and I think Sandy kind of went Paris. So maybe, you know, there's a lot of other places. Caen, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Caen, up near the Belgian border, is another possibility. Some coastal cities, Bordeaux is another possibility. But, you know, so I've got these, the hell happened? So
everybody wants to take pictures.
Everybody's taking a picture of you, Tracy.
So I got, thank you, I'm flattered. So I just put these things out there, and I got it to happen. And the funny, like, for those of you who saw me all weekend, you know, like, the thing I was saying all weekend was, I make shit happen. Because anytime someone had a problem, I was fixing it, no matter what it was. Mm-hmm. You know, though I tried to help the Portuguese interpreter, and he quit twice. Other than him, I think I made shit happen for everyone who needed it. Starting with Tony Rush and making sure he had food, and going all the way through to the end when I showed up at the hotel to pick up my iPad on Monday. Was it Monday? Tuesday. On Tuesday, and there was Jerry and Marianne and, oh God, who was the third person? She's probably like cursing my name because I can't remember right now. Jerry, Marianne, maybe it was Poppy.
Well, keep going. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I show up at the hotel, and there's the three of them, and I guess they were going to take a bus or a taxi to the airport. And I was like, I'm here. Let's go. I'll take you. So I ended the trip by making shit happen one more time for three more teammates. And I also put stuff in the mail for everyone. And I think, and Jane Painter was saying, people are going to kind of notice this. And I wasn't doing it for notice, really. I was doing it to be a team member, to be a good team member. Well, like at the beginning when I was picking 1 million people up at the airport. That was because I just wanted to help, you know. I spent years in the service industry.
We really appreciate that. We really appreciate that, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody on the team offer something like that. I actually know we haven't seen anybody thus far, and you know, being here for over 1.5 years, like offer something like that. So when I saw that, I was like, wow. And it's just really, and then also, I don't think you realize how much people followed your example, because there were more people who were just willing to sort of like help each other out and be like, just more because I think before that, and I think every team and every business goes through different phases of growth. And for a while, it was kind of more, just Abram and I. So it's like if we did a team dinner, it was like all me working on the team dinner, and now it's like there's so many more people on the team that have stepped up and are willing to really, all create something together. So I'm very grateful, and I think I just want to acknowledge that you're being a great example, and also that, I don't think it was made quite clear that you volunteered. There's like the sort of staff, like you can volunteer to be part of the event and helping out, and I didn't realize until you just said it what a transformational experience that can be. And in embodying, what Justin said about the being in service and getting to experience that, like at an event like that where you're so many influential people. So I think that, like you said, you were also in service to yourself, and that's the kind of service that we want to sort of, I don't want to say teach people, but that's kind of what we resonate with, because you can be in service and almost be like a martyr. There's people who are like, well, I'm in service and I give and I give and I give, and then they kind of take themselves out of the equation. But it sounds like what, your version of service and kind of what I think you're being a great example is like you're actually showing people how you can be of service, and that it's not selfish to include yourself. Like even from like an existential, like a lot of people who believe in service believe in like oneness, like we're all connected, and whether it's God or universe or whatever. And it's like if you believe we're all one, but then you take yourself out, you're actually doing separation. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like, well, everybody else is over here, and I'm over here like this island, and it's my job to give and give and give. So it should be a cyclical thing where it feels like a simultaneous energy of giving and receiving. So I'm really happy you had that experience. I think that's really awesome. And like you said, you now you can make shit happen, and if you can fix other people's stuff, you can fix your own stuff. You know what I mean? So any hiccups that come up, you just think about like, well, if Tony had this hiccup, what would I do right now?
I'm gonna get bracelets made that say, "What would Tony do?"
So,
and everyone gets one.
So when is Tracy? Can you? I want to get to Jerry, but can you tell us exactly? I know your event is in Nice. So what day and what time is it?
Yeah. Well, I'm working on the exact time. I'd like to do it the 10th and or the 11th.
The 10th.
Preferably the the 9th and 10th. I have to be here on the 8th and the 11th to drive people to be the chauffeur again. And so I want to do it on. I'd like to do it on both days because the potential place I'll be doing it is relatively small. So I'd love to be able to get in 10 and 10.
Okay.
And if I can get when I get the Beasleys there, they'd probably prefer to have 2 days there
Cool.
instead of flying in for 1 day and flying back out. Oh, and one more thing about the service, I told Tony Rush, I told Lawrence Tam, I told a few other people that when I hit 6 figures, I'm going to be the first 6-figure earner to do cast again.
Oh, I like that. That's awesome.
So I'm hoping to get to only 99,000 by Orlando.
I love it. I love it. Well, awesome. We just have one more person, and I definitely want to make sure to get her in because she flew all the way from the UK as well. And I know it was just a huge life-changing experience for her. And Jerry, I'm going to ask you to do us Americans a favor to just make sure you talk slow because I don't always understand you. I love your accent. I love your accent very much. I just need sometimes a little slow down, so I just wanted to ask you to do that.
I understand that. I'm really trying because I do speak quite quickly. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. It's a little bit quiet.
Pardon?
It's a little bit quiet.
But we can hear you good now, so go ahead.
Right. Which bit? There's lots of people that probably need an interpreter because I do speak quite quickly. You're right. I'm trying to slow it down.
You're doing a good job right now. Keep going like at that pace. It's good.
Right. I think for me, I had a few breakthroughs beforehand, before going to the event. It was at the event that I thought I'm in the right place at the right time, and knowing sort of where I needed to go, what I needed to do. I don't know where to go now. I think certainly with the events, with the offline, I've been doing that already and started a couple of weeks ago. That I really want to do 70 events with another movement that's basically the same thing, but where you've got with Empower, there's only certain amount of people which from the disclaimers go, there's only certain people will do what it takes to get to where they want to be. But for me, there's another 95 to 99% of people that don't know what problems are in the world and what's really happening out there. And for one, it's our job, I still cringe at this, but as leaders, to step out there and do what we're doing. But also it's having your arms ready for those that don't quite see it yet. Because when they do, it's going to be quite scary for them, as it was for me, seeing what's really going on in the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it really. I think, as what you'll all know on the call, we were all born, as a human being, you're born with a birthright to a certain amount of abundance, of wealth, and that we keep in the flow of money and keep that passing on to other people. But because we have that mindset and that paradigm when we're born, or we get told, you can't do that, you're from Redcar. You still won't even know where Redcar is, but that's okay. It's about then teaching others. It's the whole learn, do, teach thing that Empower is all about. Really, really, it is about stepping outside your comfort zone and going, oh no, don't think I can do that, and keep pushing, and that brings others with you. That makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the offline. I like the online, I like the offline. But some of the online was a little bit daunting. Like, where do I start? What do I do? Nobody can understand anything I'm saying.
Yeah, well, and I think that is actually even a huge breakthrough for a lot of people in being at the event and actually like getting a clearer sense of what does it really mean to have, you know, the possibilities of doing this offline as well. And I think it's going to be different for different people. Like some people are just going to fall in love with the offline, and maybe that's all they're going to do for a while, you know. I think it just gives us a stepping stone. Like it's going back and picking up the newbie or the person that maybe tried to do the online and they got discouraged. You know, offline traditionally builds a little bit you know, it can build faster and easier because there's less of a learning curve.
I believe that too. And you face to face with people too.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's like, you know, doing things just old school and being stuck in that, you know, is a limitation as well. So, like, I know for Abram and I, we're going to rock this offline thing and empower more of our team. We're all going to make so much more money now. And then we're going to leverage that for our online stuff, too. You know, so, like, that's one of the visions that I see for our team is we're going to have people that are now going to have a story. Like, you're going to be able to get results. If you haven't had a story yet, you're now going to have a story. And I love what Abram said in a conversation that we had, that what you do online is an amplification of who you are offline. You know, so if, like, nothing much is going on offline, your online marketing is not going to be that great. You know, so this is really a chance for you to create that result offline that could be that easier way for you, and then if you so desire, it gives you a cushion for your learning curve as well, and then you should be doing it anyway. You reinvest 20% into your marketing. So however that looks like, if you want to do the online stuff, again, it'll be so much easier to leverage, and your energy will be different. You'll be more confident. You know, when you get people to sign up offline, you'll be more confident online. So that's another thing that we see with our team that I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see more of you getting results right now as we speak, and more of you that will be getting results in the next few days, because I know y'all are handing out those DVDs, and then by the event, I'm just super excited for all the stories that I'm going to be hearing. So Abram, I know you're ready to pop with something right now. You're holding.
Yeah, when's your event, Jerry? When are you doing one this week?
I've got one next Thursday morning, so a week from this morning, that I was doing anyway. And my role's changed slightly in what I was doing. That now there's other people who want to join up that I'm now kind of showing this again, learn, do, teach. Showing them, right, how are you going to do it? Like you pinned me down to a date today, right? When's it going to be? That's how I'm doing with other people. When's it going to be? When are we doing this? And then showing them, with Empower, not just what I was doing anyway. So I'm proud of that. There was a part of me that was afraid of saying, "Oh, join Empower Network," because people go, "Oh no, it's American, it's a scam," and it looks like it's not. It's about embracing who you are, stepping up to who you are, and taking other people with you. Learn, do, teach.
Yeah.
I've heard that as a common theme with so many of the speakers today. I think that's what a lot of people got. I've heard it at least from 3 different people on the panel, that piece about it's not about selling, it's about being more of who I am. And, that's what's going to change. I think that's what is going to change the world. That might sound cliche. I don't care. But, that's what I think is actually going to change people's lives even more. And that's why Empower is a movement. It's internal. It's freedom from the inside out. So
yeah. I think that's sort of like the perfect thing. I think you're like the perfect person we could have chosen to sort of wrap things up, Jerry, because of that piece where, I think when we first started, one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had, I think Nikki had a very similar one or the same one at the very first event that we attended in Austin, Texas, beginning of last year, 2012, in January. We showed up and we thought, having done a lot of this stuff online, that perhaps this was just a company that was designed to create a financial breakthrough. But what we really learned in person was that it was so much more than that. And really, the money is just an aspect that is designed to attract people who are ready for their breakthrough. And really, we're like a leadership factory disguised inside of a business opportunity. And I think it is Tony Rush that first said that, or that I first heard that from one of the Empower events. And if I were to share my breakthrough, one of the first ones that I ever had at an event, that was the one where I realized that we actually have a vehicle and something really cool to share with people that allows them to become the greatest expression of themselves, that allows them to actually get paid for their gifts and showing up as a gift and a contribution in the world, that you can just show up and be yourself, and you can earn an income at the same time. And so I think that's the beauty of what we have, and I appreciate each of you for coming out and sharing your breakthroughs today, because I think that's what we're really creating here. It's like a breakthrough machine. When you come into this business, you're faced with a lot of your own stuff, and it can be really challenging. Some people don't endure the challenge, and that's sort of like the story of their life. They bump up against these walls. Yeah, hold on a second, Jerry. Hold on a second. They bump up against these walls, and that's when people usually quit. But I think one of the things that's really cool that we do here is we encourage you to bust through those walls, and we cheer you on through getting through those walls. And we have tools and processes and a community in place that really allows you to bust through those walls. And that here, it's a place that is safe. It's a place that's supportive. It's a place where we have your back, and that you can come and you can live the life of your dreams on your terms with whoever it is that you want to do it with. And so that being said, I'm excited that we get to lock arms and fight the forces of evil. If you found your way to this hangout for some reason and you're not a part of our team, you can click that big shiny button below this video and join us today. Become a part of this movement where we're going to help 10 people break free in the next 90 days. I believe that everybody on this panel has the capacity to do that, and that I know that we are 100% dedicated to helping you create that, and that now armed with these DVDs and the resources and training that we have available in the community that's here, you have everything that you need. You have all the resources inside. I forget who it was, maybe it was even David Wood this weekend that said you have all of the internal resources required to break through and create an explosion in your life and your business already with you, already inside of you. And that being said, let's rock it. Let's fight the forces of evil. And I can't wait to see all of you in Orlando. And that's it. Bye for now. Woo!